Hey guys, so this is Mary. I am just letting you guys know. If you haven't figured it out, I am the Meandering Mary. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of history for a quick second. My YouTube channel used to be called Mental Muse. When I started my YouTube channel, I think it was probably back in 2020, 2021-ish, probably around the whole lockdown, whatever was happening with the world. And I thought, what better time? I've always wanted to be on YouTube, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. How am I going to go do it? What would I say? How would I look like? Do I have to? And I watched YouTube, but not as much until 2020 actually happened. And we all watched YouTube. We all watched Zooms. We all watched everything we could watch on TV with the outside world because we had no choice. We couldn't watch it. We couldn't go out and do anything. So I thought, well, what better time to dabble a little bit in this? I have thought about during this time what I want to talk about, but I thought, you know what? I really felt passionate at the time, and I gotta admit, I drank the dang Kool-Aid of the whole Q movement. I did. And I'm not saying that it was all 100% wrong and everything, but I drank the Kool-Aid. I didn't get that deep into it where I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like, I'm going to go out there and act, protest and all this stuff. I wasn't like that, and I wasn't there on January 6th. Let you know, I'm in Texas. I don't have the money to fly up to DC and do all that mess and potentially get in trouble for it. That wasn't me. But I was a Trump supporter. And I'm saying this now because I want people to know going this point forward and how my channel is going to work. Okay, so in case you're still subscribed or you're a leftover subscriber from back then and you're still subscribed and I want my videos to come more current on your feed. So this is why I'm talking about it, because I think you subscribed to me when I used to talk about these things. So I ended up talking about things like I was really into the whole political movement of things and the cabal and the elitists and all that mess. Honestly, I actually downloaded on my phone the whole Q Drops app and all that stuff, and I was reading into it. I got heavy into following other people on YouTube who were really kind of into it a little bit. I got into gematria and looking up numbers and words and adding them up. I still kind of do that by habit sometimes. I'm like, my brain still kind of goes there sometimes, especially on movies and things. I'm thinking, why does this movie end at 1 hour and 11 minutes? 1 1 1 1. Why not 1 2 3 or something like that? I think I think about those things. And I don't know if it's kind of a habit or if it's because I was brainwashed into a cult. I don't know. I don't know what the whole Q movement was called. Half of society says it wasn't, half of society says it was, and I have no clue. All I'm going to say is that back in 2020, when I started learning more stuff about this, I wanted to be part of it too. So I decided I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to talk things political. I want to put my voice out there. I want to put my own videos out there and do my own research on my own stuff and, harp on that train as well. Well, I joined the crazy train. So I did. I had so many videos out there. And and lo and behold, like I said, don't quote me. I can't remember because COVID really messed up my brain because I got COVID back in 2021. So it's the beginning of 2021. So I can't remember if I had my YouTube channel before then or after then. I really can't remember. I think it was after. So it may have been closer to 2021 when I started my channel. But I could probably look on my, my details on my page and stuff like that and look, and it'll tell me when the channel was started. Or you guys can. It doesn't matter at this point. So I ended up thinking, okay, I started putting these videos out without really disregard to really a lot of the community standards. I thought, okay, I'm not monetized. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting paid. I'm not, so it doesn't really matter on really what I'm saying. I'm not really harming anything. I'm talking about celebrities. I'm talking about people that are already in the limelight. They're already in the public figures. So what I'm saying is no different than what tabloids say about them. So I'm thinking there was no harm in me saying the same thing, right? Apparently not according to YouTube. So a lot of my stuff got I either got copyrighted a lot or they got removed. My videos got removed. It turned out I got lucky that my channel, I only had, I think I had 1 or 2 strikes on it. And I was like, okay, it really kind of scared me when I got the second strike. Because I'm thinking, now I'm going to lose my channel. Then what am I going to do? And I didn't want to and then I realized some other people that I follow were doing similar things, had backup channels. But I didn't want to go to that effort because, one, it would be confusing to the people that follow me. I'm trying to build up my channel, not, okay, half of my viewers go over here, other half go over there, or whatever. And it was gonna be a mess. So I ended up deciding, okay, I'm gonna take a small break. I took a break when during that time in my life off of YouTube. We ended up moving. We ended up selling our house. We ended up moving, like most of society. I mean, bills are stacking up because of the whole shutdown. Jobs weren't happening. It was a whole mess. So we ended up moving, and I ended up taking a huge break from my channel because we ended up moving in with family. There was no privacy. There's no privacy in this house. So I was like, it was crazy because I had no privacy. I had no way of doing things. And that's when I realized, oh, I guess I'm not going to end up doing my channel. But then I got, after about a year, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of not being able to do something I loved. It didn't matter about me gaining the followers, subscribers. Yes, that is an ultimate goal because I would love to do a live. I would love to sit down with you guys and actually live feed, and we can talk, and guys can live right there tell me, what do you want? Let's talk about things. I can take notes. You tell me what you want me to talk about. Things like that. I would love to do that. And I also was looking forward to, my ultimate goals also is that if once I got monetized and I got that good following, I was going to eventually start doing like giveaways and things like that, or doing small quizzes. If you watched this said video that I posted last Wednesday, you know what I mean? Then what shirt was I wearing, or things like that, and whoever got it right, I would put them in a drawing, and then if your number came up, you were the winner, and I would send you out like a gift or something, or a gift card or something like that. That's my ultimate goal, and I still kind of would love to do that, guys. So this is why I'm still sticking with this. So during that time when we moved and everything, I missed doing my channel and everything. I told the people in the house, I said, there were other family members, I said, I know we are a loud family. I know we come and go. I know there's not much privacy here, but I like to do my YouTube channel, and I like to cut down on some of the background noises and stuff. So I just want guys to let you know that I'm going to try to work around y'all's schedules, but I'm going to put a note on my door. I'm going to close my door. If if you hear me talking when you pass by or whatever it is, you see the note, please, have a little respect and be quiet when you walk by. So that worked for a little while. That really did work for a while. I mean, everyone's pretty nice. I mean, I respect their spaces and their time and whatever they're doing, and they respect mine. So it all worked. And at that time, though, when I got back on my channel, times have changed. The whole Q movement and all this stuff changed. And I was like, and I realized some of my strikes actually fell off. I still have a warning, but there's nothing much I can do about that, right? According to YouTube, once you have a warning, that will always stay on there. So I ended up, but my strikes got removed because after 90 days, if you have no issues, they'll get removed. So, but then I found out that actually I ended up getting another strike for a video I posted a year or two prior, which I don't think is fair. YouTube should not be allowed to go back into your feed and into everything and say, hey, this video is not good, or somebody reports this one video that was posted like 2 years ago, wasn't monetized, so it doesn't matter, and because report it for some stupid reason, copyright or something like that, which if it is a copyright, I only use maybe 10 seconds of a song or whatever. And I'm thinking that's kind of crazy because I have watched so many weird little videos on YouTube that are like little quizzes and stuff like that, and they say, name this song. They post like 20-30 seconds of actually popular songs. So why are they allowed to post their stuff, and their stuff doesn't get taken down, their stuff don't get copyrighted, but why is mine? Which is so weird. So I got to the point where I was getting really frustrated. So I said, you know what? Screw this. I ended up deleting almost all of my videos. And they were pretty good videos. I mean, actually, they were edited and everything. almost all my videos got deleted. Almost everything got deleted. I just deleted it all. And I waited for that strike to fall off. And it did fall off again. And then I decided to revamp my channel. I came up with Mental Muse because I thought it was kind of fun, because it was like something my mind is always my muse. So I liked people's thoughts and ideas, things that are in their brain. It always muses me. It is my muse, you know? So I thought that was kind of an interesting, name. When I came up with my second name, with the second name, I kept the Mental Muse, but then I put 2.0 and put on there that I was back because I took a break. And I did make a whole video about that, so you can go back and look at that one. You got to go way back. But yes, I posted that, I think, I want to say in 2022, 23 or something like that. And I realized that I'm going to have to figure out posting things that are actually strict to the community standards. So I thought I want to do something more things lighthearted. But I also want to talk about more about my health. At that time, my health was still really starting to decline because of I still was dealing with long haul of COVID, and I was still dealing with ailments, and how my life has really went from a whole 180. Even my personality, everything has changed because of it, and I'm still dealing with it to this day. But I wanted to reach out and see if other people are having similar issues, and find a community based kind of thing. So I started posting more vlog style. But I also want to post other things that are not nothing to do with me. And I wanted to actually start posting some kids content. So I thought it would be kind of fun to actually take some books that I found that were interesting, or that my daughter at the time was actually old enough where she would actually went off and decided that she was going to volunteer at the public library, and she came across some books and thought it was really interesting. And I'm like, oh, check out those books. You know what I mean? Bring them home. And I decided I was going to read them. I never added lib to them, and I read them from cover to cover. I gave the author credit. I posted photos of all the pictures, everything, and that was in the book on my channel. Nothing wrong with it. I think they're still there. I'm not sure, but I put all that on there, and I called, basically it was like a kid's stories things. And also that I also wanted to actually catalog stories that I remember as a child that actually made a impact on me as well. And they were small books. I mean, books that were like less than 10 minutes long, and that mainly geared to elementary school level. I would read them, and that's all it was. It's like, so kids can get on there, they can actually read or actually listen to the story, and they can watch it on YouTube, because I'm not on there. My face isn't on there. It's just, all I do is post the pictures that are in the book is on the TV. So, and I was reading the story, and that's all I did. I did that for a hot minute, and although it didn't gain that much traction, but I thought it was kind of nice. And not only that, but if later on, who knows, my channel's still around by the time I become a grandmother, maybe my grandkids can, watch it. So I really didn't care. I just kind of was trying to add content on there. And I was trying to get more quantity versus quality at the time. So, and then I realized I started doing a little bit more different things. I started reposting people's TikToks on there. I started reposting content, basically, from that was funny, things that I saw, that I came across, videos. It was nothing really political. It was nothing, bad or anything like that. I just was posting compilations and things. And then of course I got a bunch of copyrighted on that, but I can care less about it. And then I realized after a while, I wanted to change my YouTube name. The reason I wanted to change it again for the third time was that I want to make it more mature, but also more me. And slowly over time, and then eventually my computer broke, and I could not get on there. And even when I did fix it a little bit, it ended up, was it Windows 11 compatible? So that would put me in danger of viruses and stuff. So I couldn't afford a new computer at the time. So I was like literally stuck with using my phone. That's where 90% now of all my videos are on my phone. now that I do now have a desktop, and I do now have, I'm now starting to save up for a new laptop because my laptop is not compatible either. But I'm now realizing I wanted to change my name to Meandering Mary. I wanted to use my real name because I found out when I was using Mental Muse, I didn't realize this, but I found out there was actually another channel called Mental Muse as well. And it was I think it was a dude, I think it was an African dude who was doing other things, like it was just different things uh like I guess breakdancing, and then he had some other cooking things on there. It was a small channel, but it was still another channel underneath the same name as me. And so when I was trying to share, I could share my link, but I also tell people, hey, look me up, you know, look me up on, you know, YouTube. This is my name. The problem with that is that they would come across other channels with the same name, and they would have to find me. So I was like, I need to find another name. So this is when I decided to come with Meandering Mary. So here I am. I came up with that channel. I came up with Meandering because that is it seems to fit me. I mean, I do meander. I'm all over the place a little bit still. I don't know. I haven't found my niche really on here. I've been trying to reach out to you guys to get help and guidance, and what would y'all want me to talk about? I don't know. But I've also thought about, I do still miss the true crime thing. So I'm thinking about, I did post a couple true crime videos in the past, but I haven't, they weren't the greatest. So I'm going to try my best on the next one I put out is going to be better. I am a one woman show here. I do everything myself. I have always done everything myself. I have done y'all, if you have a YouTube channel yourself, you would know that editing software, recording software, all that stuff on there is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. And so you're having to pay for this stuff out of pocket. And it's one of those things where you want to actually become aware of, do you want to spend money out of pocket to gain really nothing? So I see this as a hobby for now, because I'm not really gaining anything out of it, but at the same time, I'm also kind of gaining peace because I kind of like doing it. And I don't care how I look too much on my presence on camera. As you can tell, I'm healing from a cold sore there, and I got a little bit of, I want to say it's impetigo. I think a little bit of this got down here and one day, and I scratched it, but it's now scabbing up, it's healing up, so that's a good thing. And I don't wear makeup hardly at the time. Hair's hardly ever done. I'll just pull it back. And I'm literally sitting in my bed. So it's just me and my phone. And I know a lot of content creators actually sit there and do this and have a lot of subscribers, and maybe they look better. I don't know. I know a lot of the time on YouTube, it has to do with what you look like. The more outrageous you look like, that's great. The more beautiful you look like, that's great. But if you're like me, you're literally in the middle. You're just an average Joe. And I'm literally beige. I mean, it's like but that's not my content, I don't want it to be like that. Not like that, but when I talk to you guys and I'm doing like I'm doing now, I don't have a script in front of me. I don't literally read from a script. I don't memorize a script or a story. I am literally talking about I'm talking to you guys as if you just walked in the room and we're having a conversation. I am not talking to you guys as if I'm reading a book. I'm not, telling you everything. So that's basically how this whole thing has been going. So I have now decided, though, I'm coming to a corner where I'm about to turn, where now I realize I think I'm going to do a true crime video. I've been promising you guys I was going to put it out there back in November, December, but never happened because one, I had a lot of health issues, and I always do. That's always a battle with me, and I'm not trying to say feel sorry for me, because there's a lot of people out there with health issues, and they still manage to do life. I'm just saying, though, we're not all the same either. So I don't work for you, and you don't have to necessarily sit there and watch my videos either. I try to take to heart what you guys, constructive criticism, but the few constructive criticisms I've given or have been given were, don't say a lot, don't say a lot, and you go off topic and all this stuff. Well, maybe because I don't have it scripted. The videos you're watching are not scripted. I am talking to you as if I was talking to a total stranger in the store, and I'm just going up to them and start having a conversation with them. I didn't have a plan what I want to say. I had an idea, but I don't know all the fluff in between. I have the bread, but I didn't know what kind of sandwich I wanted to make. But I knew I wanted to make a sandwich. And that's how my videos have been going. And a lot of them, like I said, they're vlog style because I'm talking about, no, I'm trying to keep my channel, fresh by posting a random video here and there. But it's also, I am wanting to also reach out to community people who are out there who probably somebody who may be shy and doesn't, and just watches YouTube when they're bedridden because they're having a bad day or whatever. And I tried to put the title in there that where I'm dealing with my health issues, so maybe they're dealing with the same things, If you've had COVID and it hit you really bad, long COVID is definitely a thing. And when I mean by long COVID, it is literally, it's messed up not only my brain, it has messed up my organs, it has messed up my vagus nervous system, it has messed up my autonomic system, it's messed up my emotional, my mental, physical. It's messed up a whole lot. And I'm still recovering, and it's a fight. Every day is a fight for me. And like I said, I'm not telling you guys this for you to feel pity for me and feel sorry for me. I just want you to consider that when I post videos out there, that maybe they're not perfect out there because one, I don't have a team behind me that does all the work and all I am is the face of the video. I'm not trying to hate on those that do, because we all have to start from the bottom. But there are people out there that literally, they have teams out there, and it's not fair for people to compare those people out there that are successful at this and doing similar videos to people like me, who is a one-person show here. I don't have the funding to back up to buy the top of the line software. I don't have the skills yet to dabble and learn how to the production skills parts, as well as I don't have the energy to sit there and say, hey, let me get all dolled up and pretty just to sit in front of a camera. I want you guys to take from my videos what I'm saying, the contents I'm putting out there, and not so much of what I look like or what I sound like. I want you to go with what I am saying, the words, So, yes, I could always be better. I could do better. We all could. If you have your own channel, and if you're starting from the bottom, do not get discouraged. I have been working on this channel for years, and I've been trying to keep it alive. And I don't know, for some reason, I still have 180 subscribers. At one time, I had over almost 300. And that was back when I was part of the little Q movement thing, and which I'm no longer part of, and I haven't been part of for years. Hence why I deleted a lot of my stuff. Now, with that being said, though, do I still believe in all the conspiracy theories out there? I possibly do. There's a lot of them that are way over the top that don't make sense. But there's a few out there that it's very plausible. And I loved talking about my conspiracy theories. I love talking about all that stuff, but I can't. YouTube will not allow me to do that without risking my channel or risking the content it comes out saying. People that don't know how YouTube works, you don't realize that YouTube has literally so strict guidelines that they literally tell you can't mention certain celebrities' names without being, reprimanded. And after 3 strikes, your channel's gone. All your content you've done, all that hard work, hours, money, everything you put into it is gone. And you can't do nothing about it. This is why people make backup channels, but backup channels get taken away as well, because YouTube sometimes what they'll do is when a channel gets completely gone, just overnight, it's gone. Like you wake up the next morning, your channel's gone. There was like no, your warnings were the strikes, the third strike. You could have gotten a third strike at 10 p.m. Say you're in bed and you got a third strike, but when you wake up the next morning at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning to get on YouTube to sit there and put a video out, you can't even log in because your channel's gone, or there it's literally blanked out. You get an email, you check your emails, suddenly YouTube is like sitting there saying, yeah, about 7, 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago, here's an email from us. By the way, thanks for using our services. Your channel has now been gone because of this. And you could try to appeal it, but you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. They will tweak their rules so you don't win. I'm not saying that every time someone appeals they lose, because sometimes you don't lose, sometimes you do win, but it's very, very rare. And especially when it comes to that type of content. Now, if I were to post like a news clip from, like, let's say a channel, like a news channel, and it was from actual television and it was literally like a couple minutes long, and then YouTube says, oh, this is copyrighted, this is you need to take this down, whatever, you get a strike or whatever. The problem is that I can come back and appeal it and say, no, this is not copyrighted or not like that. It is literally a freedom of information kind of act kind of thing. It is literally a news clip. It is out there for the public to see. It's public use. So, I mean, yeah. But if you were to post a couple seconds of a song, good luck with that. Good luck with trying to get appeal that, because a lot of times it's not going to work. But anyways, I digress. I just want to get on here, guys, let you know that I am still working on my channel. I am definitely already started writing. Look how thick this book is. I read this whole book. Plus, I'm doing research. I've already started writing my script on what I'm going to say. And I hope you guys stay subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I'm hoping to put the video out in the next month or two. And I guess that's it. So thanks for listening. Hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.